Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, my dear Prabhus and dear Matajis, my soul sisters and soul brothers. Kamusta kayo? If you could hear and see me clearly, isang like naman dyan. Let me see. Thank you very much. Nice to see everyone. And yes, tuwing umaga na to. Sino dito yung sanay na every morning? Yes, thank you, thank you. Good to hear that you're okay there. Bataan, Antipolo, yes. Hello muna kay Dan Hill, Hare Krishna. Diana, Hare Krishna. Emma, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kali, Hare Krishna. Ang dami ko pa din na-replyan since yesterday. Pasensya na. I'll reply in a while. Yan. Nandun ako sa process ng recovering ng files ko na tinago ng iCloud. Hello kay JM, kay Josh, Hare Krishna McCoy. Carla, hello Milk. Nicole, Hare Krishna. Princess, Hare Krishna. Sophia, hello Fia. Veronica, Hare Krishna. And good morning. Yes, others will join in a few. And you know the drill. Hello, John. You know the drill. We should be in the right mood, in the mood of request, and also in the mood of humility. If you're able to open your camera so I can see you, please do so. Pero I know hindi marami, halos lahat ng internet ngayon, especially in Manila, medyo rocky yung nag-hiccups, may sinok, nawawala and all. Pero if you're able to, I'll be happy so I could see you. Kaya tayo nagka-practice ng personalists, ng backday, because we want to see everyone. We want to have relationship with everyone personally. So even though having this pandemic connecting us through social medias and internet lang, virtually, at least we could make use of the bad bargain. So join me as we recite, set the mood, and meditate on these invocation mantras. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisance unto my spiritual master, who has opened my eyes, which are blinded by the darkness of ignorance, with the torchlight of knowledge. Yes, because us living here in this material world, we are so much entertained, so much covered with a lot of desires, with a lot of frustrations sa ating mga previous practices then na previous belief system that was instilled to us voluntarily or involuntarily. And most of the time it is just keeping us in darkness because we don't really know what's happening, the truth. So we just need to seek the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from them submissively, render transcendental service unto him, because they will help us see yung mga hindi natin nakikita. That is the truth. And maraming salamat for those who have joined as well. Those who are sending their assignments, binabasa ko sila lahat, di ko lang lahat nare-replyan pa. Those who are sharing their realizations, and also I'm appreciating those who are sharing their struggles in elevating their own consciousness, rising above yung mga old habits, yung mga old pains, mga old kinasanayan. We are actually having a lot of changes na nangyari sa katawan natin and also sa ating consciousness. Sometimes ourselves also yung naka-cling sa mga old na mga memories and pains. Actually, moving forward, moving on, is not that easy. Tayo lang din nagpapahirap. I have this experience kasi, kaya ito ako ngayon. I just have to forget everything. na hindi talaga nakakatulong. We have to move on it. But we have to learn. We have to learn from our experiences. So, ganito ang ating process of yoga and yoga philosophy and meditation. We are moving forward. Pero hindi ka mag-isa. Kasi this place is like a jungle. So, welcome sa ating pang ilang days natin to sa journey to self-discovery, relationship with oneself. We have discussed about the horses, the senses. We have discussed about the mind and intelligence. We have discussed about this body. And sino ba talaga tayo? The topic is the soul. Sabi ni Adam, 12th day. Yan, thank you. Kailangan nyo, no? Buti hindi pa kayo nag-asawa sa boses ko. Yung iba pinapanood pa yung videos. Tapos yung iba umaattend pa ng class every morning. Yan. So, yeah. Thank you for tolerating my voice and seeing me every day. I'm enjoying your association. So, yes, again, we have intelligence. We have the material intelligence, and we also have the spiritual intelligence. It could not be just one. Material intelligence lang. Even maraming matatalino, they commit suicide. They're not satisfied. They're still looking for something missing, like a hole in their heart. We're gonna just be spiritually inclined lang, not knowing how to live this life. We have to be balanced. Unless you are living in the mountain, you're in the forest, tas wala talagang responsibilities and duties. But we are actually trying to find that sweet spot. Lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang sweet spot. Hindi yung para sa akin, same sa inyo. Kanya-kanyang sweet spot yon. But the goal is one. So, balikan natin tong illustration na to. Nag-travel pa rin sila. The horses is the senses. You have the sight, the smell, the hearing, the auditory, the tactile, the touch, and the mouth is to taste and to talk. Uncontrolled senses will lead you to mess up the ride. Ligaw-ligaw sila pupunta. And hindi siya makakontrol basta-basta ng isang horses papunta sa iba. Actually, naghahatakan sila palagi. Lagi silang pupunta kung saan masasatisfy yung senses. Just like an animal. The dog, kung saan yung may magandang amoy pupunta siya. Sometimes nasagasaan sila. Squirrel! May cartoons na ganon. Focus na siya. Pag may sumigaw ng squirrel, pupunta siya, liligaw siya. Just like us. May focus tayong gagawin, tapos biglang tumunog yung cellphone mo. Tapos magtitingin ka na sa cellphone mo. Not knowing isang oras ka na doon. Teka, may gagawin ako eh. So, kaya tayong iligaw. Yung mind natin, kaya tayong iligaw. Yung senses natin, ganun din. So, how to control the senses? Having the strong mind. Having a strong rope. For one to be able to control the senses. Pero, sino ba nag-handle ng mind na yon? That is the intelligence. One should have the material and spiritual intelligence. Sometimes, kahit onting material intelligence lang tayo, pero mas strong yung spiritual intelligence natin, that will be better. Minsan yung sobrang natin, relying on sa material intelligence would lead us to overthinking, overanalyzing, getting paralyzed by overanalysis. Tapos yung pride andun din. Because we thought na we know it all. We thought that we are the doer. Tayo yung cause. And because of that pride, because of that false ego, that is the false ego, kasi malalaman natin ano ba talaga yung ego. Because of that false ego, thinking that we are the center of this universe. Na si Sophia or si Adam yung sentro ng whole universe. Ng buong solar system. Ng buong creation. Nabubuhay kayong lahat para sa akin. Kapag may problema ako, intindihin niyo ako. Kapag may ganap sa akin, di ba? He watched me. Watch me rise. Living our lives for our own selves. Marami akong friend na kilala. Not all, pero nakilala ko. Ang dami ko nakilala. Nung nagbago yung buhay nila, nagkaroon sila ng anak. Kasi nawala sa center yung sarili nila. Diba? Hopefully, ganun yung maturity ng iba. Diba? And karamihan. How to remove that spotlight and that focus outside our own self. Kasi we are always thinking, we are the center. We are the priority. And of course, kapag hindi nangyayari yon, frustrations and anger, loss will be there. Pero, punta muna tayo sa ating second chapter ng Bhagavad Gita. It was discussed kung ano ba talaga and sino ba talaga tayo. Najayate miryate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita banavuya jo nitya sasvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamani sarire. Krishna spoke this to Arjuna in chapter 2. He is saying, for the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So, lahat tayo old soul. The body might be young, pero lahat tayo old souls. Sabi nga dito, neither birth nor death at any time. The body will be born. Sasakay ka lang dyan sa body na yan. At the time, the perfect time, at the conception, nandyan na yung soul. So, andun na yung life. One could not think na hindi pa buhay yung maliit na fetus na yon. Buhay na siya. Kasi the symptoms of matter, these are different elements, composed of different elements, matter, this body. Symptoms na buhay siya is meron siyang consciousness. That is the symptoms of a soul. If the body you are seeing sa St. Peter, sa mga, how do you call it, mga wake, same matter, andun pa rin naman eh. Same organs, andun pa rin naman. Same elements, andun pa rin naman. Ano yung nawala? The soul. And pag wala yung soul, wala yung consciousness. So for the soul, wala siyang birth nor death at any time. So eternal din yung soul. Is not coming to being, does not come into being, will not come to being. Andun na siya. Don't be, how do they call it? Don't rely dun sa previous na thinking natin na lahat may start saka may end. Eternal means hindi siya bounded by time. Far out na to. Parang aatras ka na dun sa, ayan, yung mapag-usapan natin last time sa question and answer. When a question about psychedelic. Diba? If one is in that deep meditation or even on that kind of earth mover, yung concept of time mo mag-iba. Nagbabago. Even Einstein was trying to study on this. Bumabagal nga sa bumibilis yung time eh. So paano? Kapag may inaantay kang sobrang exciting na mangyari, long distance relationship ka, magkikita kayo tuwing uuwi siya. Once a year. Yung buong 11 months na inantay mo, sobrang tagal. Pero kung sakaling uuwi siya ng 1 month, para lang siyang 3 days. Ang bilis, di ba? Or pag may moment kayo naantay, yung exciting na mga moment, tas sobrang excited ka waiting for that. Pagdating mo doon, ang bilis na lang mangyayari. Yung mga kinasal na dito, tell me, yung day na kasal ninyo, ang bilis na nangyari, parang one click lang. Sobrang kakaiba. Lalo na pag nililibang ka, yes. Ito yung try mo. um, paano mag-expand yung time? Paano babagal? Try mo mag-planking. Hindi na nag-exercise dito. Try mo mag-planking. Tatawa si John. Try mo mag-planking. Di ba? Pwede ka mag-scroll ng 10 minutes, 30 minutes na mabilis, di ba? Try mo mag-planking. 30 seconds, 1 minute. Di ba? Naba nandun ka, parang nag-expand. Tama ba, Kelly? Nag-expand, di ba? Yung 1 minute mo, parang 10 minutes or 1 hour. Ang tagal. Di ba? Kahit di ka tumingin sa oras, pagtingin mo, parang 5 seconds pa lang yun. Iba, di ba? So, ganun yung naglalaro yung time. Di ba? Try mo mag-jogging din kung di ka nag-jogging. So, nag-expand yung time, lumilitad. Depende sa perception din na natin. Pero that is time. Very, lang siya, time-bound. But the soul is not affected by it. The body is. Yung body um, yung body nag-age. The longest 1 minute of my life. Pero yung 1 minute, ang bilis lang. Or, yung nag-free diving. Di ba, ganun din. Nag-iiba yung time. So, ganun yung time, nagdi-depend siya in our experience. At the same time, to understand this, we should be much more open. Mamaya explain natin yung frog in the well mentality. Pero tuloy muna natin to. He has not come into being, does not come into being, will not come to being. In the future, hindi rin siya mawawala. He is unborn. Only the body is born. Eternal. Hindi siya bound in time. Ever existing. Dating-dati pa. You're existing already. And primeval. Kung baliw na baliw tayo dun sa mga ancient, dun sa mga artifacts, dun sa mga history, huwag ka mag-alala, baka yung binabasa mong history book, baka andun ka rin. Either soldier ka dun sa binabasa mong mga history book, o ano ka na dun, kabayo ka nila. Prehistoric. We are primeval. That's why marami tayong frustration sa buhay. Minsan di mo alam kung saan nanggagaling. We are actually exhausted materially. Na-experience na natin halos lahat. Umikot-ikot na tayo in this existence natin. Ilang beses tayo naging babae, naging lalaki. And sometimes, the reason that's why some are into LGBTQ. Ito yung nasa scriptures. Would explain. When one dies, yung attachment nila andun pa rin sa other gender. Pero yung karma nila mapupunta sila sa ibang body. So yung consciousness niya nandun. That explains. The karma is different body but different consciousness. In a different consciousness. That will be the attachment. So at the same time, kasi this soul, ang eternal gender niya is feminine. So yung mga nagbabasa ng scriptures na tinasabi nila, very less daw yung position ng mga babae in society and living. No, if you think that you are this body, you will think that you are this gender. Yes, actually, nasa scriptures yun. Even Arjuna had to. May time na naging unique siya. Unique or unique? Yun. So, the soul is actually in a mode ng prakriti. Yes, tama, Adam. Same, scripturally. That is a explanation of that. Primeval kasi, ever since, andun na siya. He is not slain when the body is slain. No, if one is even crash yung body na to in an accident. The soul, untouchable. Pero ano yung illusion? Illusion is thinking too much attached na we are this body. Thinking na tayo yung katawan na to. Thinking na I. Kaya, ang lakas ni iPhone, iMac, iTouch, iPad. Kasi, ang number one na gusto nating marinig at malaman is about us. Tayo yung sentro. Me, and ano yung pagmamayari ko? Mine. So, pansinin natin how our day always goes by. Gaano tayo kadalas nakasentro sa I, me, mine. Always I, always me, always mine. Yung bata gano'n, no, this is mine, this is mine. Lahat. Ang hirap isipin na we are not getting credit sa mga ginagawa natin. Ang hirap isipin na we are being disowned. At the same time, hindi natin iniisip na we own yung mga bagay-bagay. Pero sa totoo, yeah, we're just parang legally owning something for some time. Pero it is not really the fact. Kasi this body and the attachment to this body is temporary, at the same time is the cause of suffering. Kapag may gusto kang bagay, gusto mo maging sayo, gusto mo maging mine yon. Habang di mo pa nakukuha, frustrations will be there. Sobrang frustrations habang di mo pa nakukuha yun. And habang nasa'yo yon, sobrang anxious ka kasi baka mawala. You will have to protect it all your life. And pag nawala sa'yo yung mga bagay na yon, one will be lamenting. Kasi hindi na ikaw may-ari. Or nalugi ka na, or bumakasak na yung negosyo. The root cause of suffering is the attachment to this I, me, mine. Thinking that we are the body. Yan, later, basahin ko yung mga So this verse is saying that us, the soul, is eternal. Us, the soul, is primeval. Us, the soul, is unborn. Tapos, hindi rin tayo yung thinking natin, yung senses natin. Yung isip natin na tayo, na I am I'm an artist, I am a musician, I have this title, I am the CEO, ako yung top 1 ng klase namin, I'm an athlete, I have this many followers, I have this many subscribers. People are actually crazy about it. Of course, you have to take care of it if that's your business, that's your identity. Pero the attachment of it, you cannot dedicate your whole life just for that. Or, nag-worry tayo, anong iniisip ng mga tao sa akin? Ano yung mga expectation nila sa akin? Feeling natin tayo yon yung iniisip ng ibang tao. Yung perception nila sa atin. Sorry, sad to say, hindi tayo yon. Hindi tayo yung problems, hindi tayo yung depression, hindi tayo yung anxiety, hindi tayo yung excitement. Hindi tayo yung iniisip nilang ibang tao, hindi rin tayo yung iniisip natin. With that platform ng material medium or material na perception. No. Ano ba yung constitution? Ano ba yung nature ng isang soul? Kasi parang si Radhacharan tinatanggal lahat ng thinking ko kung sino talaga ako. With all my experiences sa identity. According to scriptures, we are the soul is Satchid Ananda. Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat is eternal. So, tatlo yung Satchid Ananda na sa tatlong Sanskrit term combined into this statement. Satchit Ananda. Eternal, knowledgeable, and blissful. So the soul is originally eternal and eternally knowledgeable and eternally blissful. So what we are discussing now, alam mo talaga to. So that's why parang palaging feeling natin, oy, teka lang. Parang review lang to parang medyo nalilito ako pero parang na-awaken lang ako. Yung consciousness mo parang nagugulat ka lang din na parang medyo medyo familiar. Not totally new. Because we're really knowledgeable. We know this. It was just being covered by unwanted baggages. Saka yung mga upbringing natin, saka yung mga attachment natin. At the same time, eternally blissful. The soul is eternally blissful. This is the default ng soul. We're just attached with things, happenings, even we don't like, all the pains, the traumas, even we don't like, we are being attached to that because of the high emotion, the impression in our hearts. Pero the soul is meant to be happy, to be blissful. Kaya if one is being placed in the right position niya, in the right constitutional position niya, yung dharma niya, sa kaswa-dharma niya, automatic yung happiness niya nagigising. The real happiness. Because the soul is eternally blissful and knowledgeable. That is the real nature ng soul na pinag-discuss natin. The real nature of us. So one deserves to be really happy and knowledgeable. Sobrang default na yun. Sabi nga, the soul, yung purpose niya is to love and be loved. At pag nararamdaman mo yon, ano yung feeling? You are satisfied. You are at bliss. So, ito yung situation ng ating soul. Ito yung nature ng soul. To be in this situation. Satchid Ananda. So, we are learning we are not the body. We are learning we are the soul. And we are learning yung soul, originally, he is eternally happy or blissful and knowledgeable. Pero bakit tayo nakaka-experience ng maraming bagay na to? Bakit tayo nakaka-experience ng happiness and distress in that both side of the coin? Yung dualities of life. Bakit tayo nakaka-experience ng mga sadness or excitement? This is because we're trying to live in this body. If we are attached to it, lahat ng mangyayari, lahat ng mababasa mo, lahat ng makikita mo sa social media, lahat ng masasabihin sa'yo, sobrang maapektuhan tayo. Yes, we have to listen, we have to decipher, we have to introspect. If something needed to be improved on us, or we have to do things, we cannot escape on that. Pero we should not dwell on it. So, pag dumaan yung experience, happy or distress, you should not dwell on it. Dadaan talaga siya. Lalo na kapag negative yon, dadaan talaga yan. Minsan hindi sinasadya ng mga tao, pero dadaan talaga yan. Don't be too much sensitive. Kasi hindi tayo yung sentro ng universe na to. Knowing perfectly kung ano yung purpose natin, ano yung dharma natin, the two dharmas, the two positions natin. Knowing that perfectly, yung mga small things, hindi mo kailangan hintuan. Hindi lahat na kumakakul na aso kailangan mo hintuan. So, dire-diretso ka lang din. And sadly, people in this world, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, is doon nakafocus. Anong sabi mo? Nag-aaway na sila. Or hindi naman nagbanggaan sa sakyan, pero magkakagulo sila. They will fight. They will kill each other. Just why? They're thinking, I, me, mine. You touch my ego, or may sinabi sa akin masama, or may, you threaten me. Pero madalas, nasa mind lang yun eh. Iniisip lang nila. Pero parang hindi naman talaga nangyari. Anyway, may makikita kang ganon. Like, lalo na ngayon, ang daming nag-upload ng mga videos. Parang, teka lang, ano pinag-awayan nila? Hindi naman nagbanggaan ah. Hindi naman nag-touch, di ba? Parang pareho lang sila may nagkamali. Accident lang. Pero ba tumantong sa ganon? Because of too much attachment, too much pride and false ego. So, ego is knowing ourselves. Kinoin lang yun na, ego, id, and super ego. Nakalimutan ko sino philosopher yun. So, help me out. Sino ba? Hindi si Freud. Si Freud ba yun? But ego is the real us, knowing our real self. Yan, si Freud nga. Sigmund Freud. Yan. Ego is knowing the real us. Ano yung sino talaga tayo? We're not this body, we're the spirit soul. A false ego is thinking that we are the body and we are the we are the me and the mind. In the scriptures, you will see ankara, bimud atma, thinking that we're the this body, thinking that we're the doer because of false ego. Because yung knowledge natin nawawala kasi sumasakay tayo sa body na to. Ang package nun, forgetfulness. So, because of false ego, we are thinking na tayong sentro ng mundo. Tayong sentro ng universe. So, how to move forward on that? Naradacharan. Nalalaman natin yung identity natin kung sino tayo, nalalaman yung hindi tayo. And how to move forward. How to move forward is yung consciousness. The consciousness is the evidence of the soul. At the same time, how to use the consciousness. How to understand the consciousness. There is an analogy given. It is called the frog in the well, sa balon. In that well, merong isang frog, tapos may water dun sa well. Yung frog, dun na siya pinanganak, tapos dun na rin siya nabuhay and lumaki. Hindi na siya umalis dun. Ba't pa siya alis? Walang predator. Safe na safe siya dun. May water naman siya. Most of the time, may food din naman pumupunta dun. Naliligaw na food. So, this frog in the well, one day, may bumisita sa kanyang isang frog. May naligaw na isang frog. Tapos nagulat siya. Siyempre, nagulat siya na, teka lang, di lang pala ako yung frog sa mundo. Tapos may isang frog. Tapos nag-usap sila. My dear frog, it seems na mukhang pareho tayo ng existence ng body. Saan ang galing? Sabi ni Frog 1 yun. Sabi ni Frog 2, galing ako outside dito sa reservoir of water na to, sa well. And outside, meron din ako mga napupunta mga water. Mas malalaki, may lake, may ocean, diba? May river. Teka lang, sabi ni Frog 1. You mean, yung water ko dito sa well na to, meron pang iba? Gaano kalaki? Ganito ba? Diba yung frog gumaganan yung dito niya? Sabi ng frog number 2, no, hindi mo mako-compare. Hindi doble neto. Mas malaki pa. Hindi makapaniwala si frog 1. Teka lang. It doesn't make any sense. Sinasabi mo, yung sa well ko na to, more than double. You mean 10 times? Lumaki na naman yung ano niya. Sabi ni frog number 2, di mo magigets. Hindi lang 10 times, hindi 100 times. Pag nakita mo yung ocean, unlimited times. Kung ano yung nakikita mo, puro tubig lang yon. Eh, hindi makapaniwala and makapayag yung frog number 1. Parang ganito ba? Mas malaki pa talaga. Hanggang mag-burst na yung frog number 1. That is us trying to understand life. Specifically, this knowledge based on our own perception. Yung kinalakihan natin, yung kinasanayan natin, yung thinking lang natin because of our false ego. Ganun tayo mag-iisip. Kaya nga yung iba in meditation, in near-death experience, yung in traveling, ang goal nila is to expand the consciousness. Yung malaman mo nga lang na ikaw yung sentro, hindi sentro ng mundo mo is liberating na eh. Diba? Parang, teka lang, ang laki pala ng mundo, hindi lang pala ako. Ang laki lang pala ng mundo, hindi lang pala yung frog in the well. Makaalis ka nga lang doon, di ba? Tapos makita mo maraming frog din. May stage ng buhay natin. Alam ko si Sigmund Freud din yata yan. May stage ng buhay natin that tayo sa stage na tayo yung sentro ng mundo. Hindi natin alam na buhay yung iba. Diba? Lahat akin, lahat me and mine. But sadly, akala lang natin stage lang yon. Umaabot yun hanggang tumanda tayo. Mamamatay na yung isang tao, takbo pa rin siya ng takbo sa position niya sa politics kasi he is thinking na siya yung power. Mamamatay na lang yung tao, he is always fighting for the rights nung land niya. Wala naman siyang papamanahan. Mamatay lang yung tao is always fighting para dun sa pride niya. Kasi may sinabi yung kabilang panig. Even old age na, or may sakit na. Because of that attachment. And isa yung pinakamahirap na attachment is, yan. Isang pinakamahirap na attachment is thinking that we are the doer, we're the controller. Pag nawala tayo, paano na sila? Pag nawala tayo rito, walang magpo-protect sa family ko. Sino nagsusupport sa... No, mabubuhay yung buong mga tao sa mundo. Mabubuhay yung mundo. Magtutuloy yung life kahit wala ka. Don't think too much na pag wala tayo, wala. It is just our false ego again. Thinking that I, me, and mine. Diba? Life will still continue without us. Diba? Another analogy na diniscuss dun sa, another meaning ng analogy ng frog in the well is our own understanding. We're trying to understand this based on nakaraan nating experience. Kaya nga may kinukoin na word, na term na rule of the empty cup. If we're gonna try to understand, parang ganito yung na-experience ko, parang ito pala yung aral natin. Parang ganito pala yan. Parang ganito yung sinabi ni ganito. Ito pala yung diniscuss ni Radhacharan. If we're always trying to compare and limit that knowledge in that material knowledge, magulo. Maguguluhan ka talaga. Imagine the whole ocean is trying, gusto mong sukatin based on the the water in the well. Hindi siya mangyayari. Pero if you go out of the well, mas makita mo gaano kalaki yung ocean. Even nakikita mo yung ocean, di mo pa rin siya masusukat. May depth pa rin siya kung gaano kalalim. So, removing ourselves dun sa I and me and mine na mentality is one process of surrender. Surrender na hindi tayo yung God, hindi tayo yung sentro, hindi tayo yung doer, hindi tayo yung sentro ng universe na to. And surrender as, okay, I need to learn. Minsan meron tayong attachment dun sa mga, parang ganito yan eh. If you want to move on dun sa next na magiging partner mo in life, it will be unfair na kino-compare mo yung ex mo dun sa bago mo. Yung basehan mo dun sa next love mo or sa gusto mo talagang partnership or relationship is basing on the past. With all the pain and super agree daw si Nicole. Pag pag-ibig talaga yung usapan, agree lahat eh, no? O, di mo, diba? Di titigil yan. Sobrang totoo yan. It will be unfair having a new relationship and basing on that ex. And parang irritating. Diba? Teka lang, asa ba yung mind mo? Asa ba yung heart mo? Ano sa past o hindi sa now? Diba? With our experiences, ganito kasi yung trauma ko dun sa dating friend ko, sa dating ex ko, dating practice ko. It is very traumatizing and at dito nag-relay yung future mo. We should learn. We should learn. Not become foolish. We should learn. But we should not base yung tatraversity nating path based on dun sa pains nung past. Again, that will be attachment. Hindi natin gusto yon. Gusto natin mag-heal. Heal yourself first daw. Gusto natin mag-heal doon. Pero the way of healing, sometimes you don't have to go back. Pinag-usapan natin yun. We don't have to go back on that memory or that situation. The best moving forward is moving forward. Okay. Forgiveness is there. Diba? Pero move forward. So, same thing with knowledge. Ganun din. With the practice, ganun din. I could say this because nothing against the different practices and nothing against the other religion. We are always trying to find yung mga common denominator. Actually, if you're gonna study spirituality, all those practices have one common denominator. That is to reawaken the love for to the Supreme. You may see different details, pero hindi yun yung essence. And bakit nagkakagulo yung mga tao? Kasi they're always just looking sa mga details. May TV show when I was younger, may TV show, may episode na nagdedebate yung dalawang grupo based on one Bible. Parang, teka lang, it doesn't make any sense. They're trying to blaspheme each other. They're trying to prove they're right, their opinion is right. Fighting over one Bible. Like what? Say, magkadiiba lang yung translation. Iba sila yung pinanggalingan. And one is accusing that the God that in that Bible and they're praying is not true. Parang, it doesn't make any sense. Siguro pa 8 years old ako noon. Ganun yung nakikita ko sa TV. Kasi alam ko wala pa kaming cable noon, so limited lang yung channel. So pag wala ka talagang palabas, pag hindi peak season, pag drama yon, nilipat ako sa iba. Parang, teka lang. Older horses, everyone. Bakit kayo nag-aaway? So, same thing. If we're looking on details, there will be differences. Even they will create war because of their differences sa details. Pero, if you're gonna look at the essence, same. The only thing is, one will be frustrated if one is trying to say something, preach something, pero yung way of living niya is against it. Kaya action speaks louder than words. Yung palagi natin pinag-uusapan na you can share this consciousness by actions even without saying. Actually, mas mahirap yun. Mas mahirap yung action to live that life of our consciousness na natutunan natin than magsabi lang tayo ng mga narinig natin. We have to live our life first. That is the attachment dun sa mga previous mga learnings natin. So this learning is, one thing is shredding yung mga false ego natin. Shredding yung mga attachment natin. Even the pain, even the expectation nung sa future, yung worries, saka anxieties. Shredding it all. Those are also parts and layers ng unwanted baggages. Revealing our own true self, which is Satchidananda, eternally loved, eternally happy, and eternally knowledgeable. That is a practice of Bhakti Yoga. Shredding it all. Tinatawag to anartha nivriti. Removing of the anarthas, unwanted baggages. Sa nakalagay yan, it is imprinted sa consciousness mo. Bakit? Hindi lahat ng depression na nanggaling lang this lifetime. Merong iba talaga galing sa past lives. Yung mga traumas, di ba? Our good and bad karma galing sa mga decision natin past lives. Even yung mga reactions na yun, minsan umaabot hanggang this life. Sometimes talent and skills. You would see 3 years old, 4 years old will be like Mozart playing instruments, musical instruments. Diba? Or like Pablo Picasso, hindi siya nag-start, sabi niya, hindi siya nag-start si Pablo pag arts talaga si Adam. No? Si Picasso, sabi niya, hindi siya nag-start mag-drawing ng mga doodle pambata. Start siya realistic. Pero bumaliktad, nung tumatanda si Picasso, nagiging pambata yung drawing niya. So, most of that, meron traces nung past lives. Naka-impress yun. So, good and bad, naka-impress yun. Pero hindi pa rin tayo yun. That is just part of the unwanted baggages. Return to his inner child. Sabi ni Adam, si Picasso, because of his attachment to his senses, he returned to inner child. Matanda na si Picasso. Yeah, he was a revered artist kasi na-enjoy niya yung pagiging artist. Di siya namatay bago siya sumikat. Unlike sila Van Gogh. Si Picasso is growing old. He always wanted to have sexual intercourse. Di ba, paiba-iba siya ng asawa, Adam. Lagi yung mas bata. Papalitan niya yung matanda. Bata pa papalitan niya. Pero yung body niya ayaw na. Pero yung mind niya saka yung desire niya andun pa rin. So yung mga art niya, nilalabas niya dun yung mga frustration and desire niya. Tapos yung inner child. Kasi hindi niya kaya kontrolin yung senses niya. Even on that level ng revered artist, hindi niya kaya makontrol yung sexual desire niya. Even mamamatay na siya, on the last moment, ayaw na ng katawan niya. Gustong-gusto pa rin niya gawin. Kaya yung mga arts niya, lalo na yung later part of his life, is just his frustrations. Again, thinking I, me, and mine. So, our meditation for today is shredding off our attachment sa I, sa me and mine. Knowing our own self, na tayo yung soul, we are eternal. Kahit matanda na yung body mo, after that, you'll have another body. Knowing this, we will know our real purpose, how to really live our life, how to be detached sa mga dapat i-detach, but at the same time, do our duties. How to be really attached kung saan talaga dapat tayo ma-attach. Redirecting our lives, which is the right consciousness. And that is the way how to escape this prison house. So, yung question and answer natin, yung naging podcast na ito pagtapos, pag-usapan natin yung free will. Yung the real freedom. Kasi knowing this, we are the soul, we are the Satchitananda. And knowing this knowledge, it is not actually, how do you call it, controlling. Kasi kahit anong mangyari, may freedom ka. So now, we will chant kasi we will choose. Yung freedom natin gagamitin natin. We will choose to be attentive in our chanting, not following the dictation of the mind and the senses. We will choose to be chanting purely on the intention, not materially, but to reawaken our relationship of us in our own self. We will chant in an intention na chanting from our hearts, finding the real answer from these experiences natin sa buhay, not in this lifetime only. Dedicating it not for just us again, for those who are experiencing a lot of things in this material world. And we will attentively dedicate yung mind natin in hearing. Easier said than done. It is free, but the endeavor would be and should be determined. So step up tayo sa chanting natin. Not just focusing on the words, but we're gonna be focusing on the consciousness. So same, hindi mo pwedeng iwanan yung words na hindi ka na marino mag-chant. Same, pero we should be aware kung ano yung consciousness natin while we're doing this. So ready na ba lahat? Let's tingin nga ng mga beats. Janice, send me yung kung mamaya bago makalimutan. Kung saan ka sa Vancouver. I have a friend there. Hindi ko lang kung saan exactly. You can get her books. At least you will have devotee friend there also. Yan, nandyan na sila. Check lang, titignan ko yung iba. You got Adam, sila Pep, si Princess, si Veronica. Yes. So I'll show you again the Panchadadma mantra. Recite it before and after. Find your comfortable position. This is your time for doing the mantra, not anything else. This is a time for one to be in the present moment. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. From the heart, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Focus your attention in hearing and chanting clearly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant the few remaining beads in your round with all your hearts, attention, and intention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrita. If you're finished with the rounds, please type 108. If not, please finish them. And you can also open your cameras para makita ko sino tapos na. And we could also have a group photo. And also you can recite this Panchadadva mantra when you're done. Almost lahat na rin pala. Yan, please open your cameras. Before tayong pumunta sa ating question and answer. And we have an assignment. Yan, pero sabihin ko after ng ating photo op. Let's see. Yan, sige. Everyone, nice in the camera. And smile. 1, 2, 3. Yan, one more. 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna. I am always honored and humbled being with your presence, having your association. Thank you for walking the earth. And if you need to do your duties and responsibilities after this, please do so with extra care. Aside from the virus, from the sensitivity ng mga sa paligid natin, because everyone is battling their own battles, own demons, and own struggles. Let us be a help sa kanila by our consciousness na natutunan natin ngayon. You can share them even without speaking. Pero mas mahirap is to improve our actions and behaviors. You can share this consciousness by our actions. Last time I checked, actions still speaks louder than words. So let us be that yogi outside the yoga mat or even outside this class to share that consciousness. Again, maraming salamat. Si Joanne, Hare Krishna. Si McCoy, si Emma, si Jenny, Oliver, si Veronica, Princess, Hare Krishna. Nasa office si Princess. Si Feb, si Adam, JM, Josh, si Diana, si Nell, Carla, hi Marie, Marife, Milk, si Kelly, si Nicole, si Naomi, saka si Noreen. Yan. Marami pa ako. Si Lolo Pedrin kasama ni Carla, hello. Yan, marami pa ako ninasagutan sa mga replies ninyo, sa mga messages natin. But, hold on. Mag-reply ako isa-isa. Bawat lahat. And marami pa ako hindi, ang dami ko pa si Princess para hindi pa kami nagkaka-chat. So, sila Josh. Chat-chat tayo after. And, of course, tomorrow is Sunday. Tama ba? Saturday ngayon, my teacher will give a class. Everyone is invited. This will be posted sa ating group chat. We will just change yung ating name format because it is an international class para they would know kung saan yung class natin. that are joining. 8 to 9 ito. We are just observing. We don't have to, as of the moment, ask any questions or write in the chat box and all. We could join. Sino ba interesado to see and to join yan? Sige, I will post the room and password sa group chat. So that will be 8 to 9. I will also be giving a Bhagavad Gita class 11 to 12 naman. I'll tell you then sa group chat natin. Everyone is welcome. Mayroon lang. Name format lang tayong isusunod din doon. So maraming salamat. Ang assignment natin is, I'll forward it sa group chat pero I'll read it to you. I'll explain it to you kasi as we are really knowing our own self, relationship with our own self, natapos na yung mind, senses, intelligence, the body, and the soul. Ang next natin is relationship with others. Pero yung relationship with others na yun is other souls and other living entities. So ang assignment is, in this group chat, in this group, yung mga active and even the active, you can try to contact them. You can PM them or tag them do sa group chat. And say your appreciation why you are choosing that person. So, onting courage para sa mga introvert friends natin. Say that appreciation at first. Then ask questions. In question na tatanungin natin, what are the 3 things that are making them happy? And what are the 3 things that are making them sad? Then yung last part ng conversation that you could do, of course, you could be friends. It could be the start. Yung last part is say your well wishes to them. I'm meditating or praying for the wellness mo and your family. Please always be safe and appreciate you. Pwede mo sabihin yun. So, everyone in the group chat is included. And if you are also part of this, please check your message request. Baka may nag-chat sa inyo. So, yung full details, I'll explain it. I'll send them sa group chat. Pero that's the essence. Talk to each other, connect with each other in the right mood. Appreciate them first. Pero hindi to hi, hello lang. Kasi we're trying to know people personally. Ano yung 3 things that will make them happy, 3 things that will make them sad. Tapos, well wishes afterwards. Yung mga like Radha Yogis natin, yung tumutulong sa atin with the books sa group chat natin, first to third batch, well, naging friends sila. Nagkita-kita sila and all. But yeah, we should know how to really connect with other souls. So that is our assignment due sa Tuesday. Due this Tuesday. Then, we will have a little sharing sa mga na-experience nyo. Nung kayo yung nagtanong or nag-approach and kayo rin yung in-approach. So, if someone asks you, you could also ask them. Or pwedeng hindi. Diba? Minimum 3. Dapat may makausap kang 3. G. Yan. So, yung mga introverted na mga kapareho ko, onting labas tayo sa comfort zone natin, ha? So, yes, I'm excited sa mga kwento ninyo. Sharing tayo sa Tuesday, how did you feel? Yung mga realization, when you approach, saka when someone approach you. Having these questions. I'm not saying na hindi ako kasali doon. You can message me then. Walang problema. So, walang problema. Minimum 3. G ba G? Paano ba G ng No, pang bulag. G, everyone. maraming salamat. Those who wants to stay for the questions and answers or sharing, you can share. Please do so. If kailangan nyo mag-asikaso sa mga office, sa bahay, pakainin yung anak nyo, please do so. I'm honored and humbled with your presence. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, if you want to join also the 11 o'clock. And we have a podcast, 7 o'clock. Sunday bukas, no? Full pack pag Sunday, punong-puno yung schedule. May podcast din kami ng 7 o'clock ng gabi. And every day, 7 o'clock ng umaga, we have also a deeper study ng scriptures saka ng yoga philosophy. Bye for now. And thank you very much. Let's see yung mga comment nila. Thank you sa mga nagka-chant. I'm sure ang dami ko na mabasa with experiences. Gustong gusto ko lagi na lang yung mga experience nila while meditating. Nagbabago sila. Hindi na sila mapagpatol daw or irritable. For symptoms na nagiging kalmado sila. That's better. That's better, no? Kasi lahat na lang pinatulan natin. Lahat na lang ng post sa Facebook papatulan natin. Mas kalmado. Hopefully, nagiging much more in the mode of goodness tayo. Yan. Yan si Picasso. Pinag-usapan pala natin yan. Yeah. This is because of the desire. Kasi Picasso, hindi natapos kasi yung desire, di ba? Sabi ni Krishna, loss is never satisfied. Pag di mo siya na-transfer to eternal love, to spiritual love, andyan lang yung lust. Kahit yung body niya ayaw na, wala na siyang facility to enjoy sexual intercourse. Yung body niya mahina, pero yung desire pa rin niya, andun pa rin yung lust. Binubuhusan lang sa painting, yung frustration niya. That's the sad life ending ni ni Pablo Picasso. Ikaw kasi. So, yeah. So, it took me a year to let go of the past. Yeah. Time heal all wounds. Most of the time, we can rush our healing. You can rush it. Pero alam mo yung baon mo doon para mabilis yung healing mo palagi. You invest now. Invest the spiritual knowledge. If you understand yung mga nangyari ngayon by this yoga philosophy, this knowledge, pag dumating sa atin yung mga scenario na yon, mabilis natin i-overcome. Kasi we are understanding. Okay, baka kaya ganun siya kasi may pinagdadaanan din siya, may inner own battle din siya. Yung compassion natin sobrang lawak. And pag may dumating na misery sa atin, okay, it's part of this life or maybe my karma before. After this, it will pass. Sabi sa Bhagavad Gita, matras parsas tu kontaya, sitos na sukadukada. The happiness and distress is just like summer and winter season. They are temporary and they will go. So, malungkot kayo sa pandemic ngayon, depressed kayo ngayon. After nyan, tapos na. Masaya naman uli kayo. Sobrang excited and ecstatic ka after nyan. Baka mayroon uling sad moments. Hindi natapos yung Minsan matagal sa depression, minsan matagal sa manic, minsan matagal sa stage na to. Pero it goes on. Summer and winter. O kaya dito walang winter. Summer and tag-ulan. You know it will pass. So, dire-diretso yun. So, yung investment of that knowledge will be the best para pag dumating yung mga moment na yun, okay, ito yun. Ito yung nangyayari. That is the foundation. Ay, yung foundation natin. Ayan. I'll read something kay Oliver. Kachat ko si Oliver, yes. I find great peace with being alone at the sea. Is it okay to bring my beads and chant in the water? Yeah, sure. Is it okay to get the beads wet with seawater? Yeah, okay. You can do that. So you're like diving, free diving, or so you're gonna chant in the waters. That's cool. Actually, my story is Rob Mooney. Nag-meditate siya underwater for thousands of years. Pero na-agitate siya. Then, long story yun, hindi ko kukwento. Bibitinin ko kayo. Paalala nyo sa akin yun. Yung mga mahilig marami naging student na mahilig sa free diving. Even in first batch. Just want to share, chanting has become like the fuel while the meditation topic is the destination. Yes. And actually, the goal also is the chanting. The more we chant, the more also we understand. And with the realization, kasi na-apply natin yon, the more chanting will go deeper then. Just like Adam, when you hear yung kirtan ni Aindra, and if you see yung mga classes and lecture niya, ang lalim. This is your, parang tawag ito, map, going deeper in spiritual activities and understanding. Dive deeper ka lang talaga. And the more you be on that situation, the more you will understand life. The more you will be in the right direction. Kasi you will have the relationship with your own self, with others, the right relationship, and the right relationship with the Supreme as a person. So yeah, pinag-uusapan natin yung pinag-usapan natin yung freedom, binitin ko yun sa freedom. Kasi we are individual soul, kanya-kanya tayong soul, hindi tayo pare-pareho or nag-merge tayo sa bawat isa, no? Kanya-kanya tayong identity. We just have this body, pero we have free will. May nagtatanong kasi palagi, paano yun, Radha Charan? So yung karma dadating ngayon. So ano yung control natin? We have the control for the on the present. And yung gagawin natin ngayon will be the cause ng mangyayari next lives natin. Kung ano yung mga next karmas. Good and bad. Free will is choosing kung ano yung mga yon. Letter A, letter B. Good karma, bad karma. The practice of Krishna consciousness and the yoga is to always go dun sa akarmic activities. Akarma. Sa Krishna consciousness. No karma at all. No good, no bad karma. Kasi we want to end this cycle of birth and death, or what we call samsara. Ending that. Breaking that chain. Napaikot-ikot lang tayo. And going back sa spiritual world. That is the free will. Si Krishna, he's the supreme controller. Pwede naman, bakit na lang di control ni Krishna yung senses ko para hindi na ako nahihirapan? O kaya, control ni Krishna yung mind ko para hindi na nag-iisip dun sa mga past. Diba? Control ni Krishna yung ano. Because Krishna is the supreme controller of everything, everyone. He is also the cause of all causes. Pero may hindi siya tinatouch sa atin. That is our small, napakalit lang na free will natin. Gano'n ka small yon, hindi mo kaya kontrolin kung ilang beats per minute yung heart mo. Di ba? Sa'yo na yun, ha? Di ba? Andyan na yan. Hindi mo makuha. Ano yun, diba? Hindi mo makontrol na hindi ka pumikit, eh. Ang dami natin hindi kaya kontrolin, even in our own self. Minsan nga, di mo makontrol yung nasasabi mo, eh. Ba't lumabas sa akin yun? Yung secret mo, binubuking mo rin yung sarili mo. At the same time, di mo rin makontrol yung senses mo kung anong kakainin, when to stop. Diba? Extra rice is life. So, we have very minute free will. Diba? To love the material things of Krishna, to be on that side, or to be on the side of Krishna. Si Krishna pwede siyang kontrolin lahat, pero he's not doing that because free will nga. That's the real freedom. Kasi, wala kasing forced love. Kung si Veronica sabihin niya sa love niya, I love you ka sa akin araw-araw. 3 times a day. Parang meal. Kahit may flowers pa. Pag pinilit na pinilit mo yun, would you consider it love? Diba? Hindi siya love kasi by force siya. And Krishna is not forcing everyone to awaken this love for Krishna and to others. Kasi the love is voluntary, by choice. So we could turn our back or we could hate, we could not love. It's a free will natin yun. That is the real freedom. Pero yung freedom na yun, pwede tayo ipahamak into vices, into choosing yung mga uncontrolled senses natin, para maligo yung mind natin. We could choose darkness. We could choose depression, voluntarily or involuntarily. We can choose that. Or very hard to control. That is the free will. That's the real freedom. Hindi yung, okay, walang rules na. Gusto ko yung Pilipinas legal lahat ng drugs. Yung Pilipinas legal lang prostitution. Yung Pilipinas legal yung ganito. Lahat pwede mong gawin. That is not the real freedom. Kung favorite mo si Rage Against the Machine, they always shouting for freedom. Pero in trivia, si Sac de la Rocha is a devotee. He's from the band. Si Joss, kilala mo si Sac de la Rocha ng RATM. Tingnan mo yung band niya dati na 108. He's wearing tulasi mala, neck beads. Their lyrics are mostly Krishna consciousness. Isang song nila doon sa 108 na banda nila is Rage Against the Machine. Anyway, people are looking for freedom. They just want no authority na magtuturo sa kanila kung paano. Yung guide. Kasi, the leaders, those who are saying this authority, are doing the other way around. Medyo parang hypocrite. Iba yung sinasabi, iba yung ginagawa nila. Or they're ruling as leaders for their own benefit lang. So kaya we're all frustrated with the previous leaders, previous practices natin, yung mga pinanggalingan natin, with all that frustration. Parang sila mga ex natin. Ex ninyo lang pala kasi wala, out ako dyan. Dito ako sa celibacy part. Kayo na lang ha. Yung mga ex ninyo. Hindi kayo maka-move on kasi dala-dala niyo yung mga previous pains saka issues. Talagang pag-usapang ex sa pag-ibig, yun, active kayo, ano? So, yes. So, ganun yung future. You have to move forward with that. And you have to know yung real freedom. Kasi, without some other rules and regulation nangyari to, mess up lahat. Hindi mo magagawa yung na maayos, hindi mo mag-use yung senses mo. You could be mess up. Breaking all the rules and doing all the bad karmas and good karmas. It is not the real freedom. Para lang siyang analogy na nasa prison house ka. It may seem may freedom ka doon. Pwede ka mag-tennis. Diba? Parang sa Bilibid daw, never pa ako nakapunta doon. Pero sabi nila, meron daw tennis court. May sarili siyang community, diba? Seems may freedom. Pero still, sa prison house. Same thing. What we have here in the material world. It seems may freedom. But sometimes, misuse of this free will, misuse of this freedom without the knowledge, tsaka guidance ng teacher, paikot-ikot tayo lalo. Next life, after life, or even in this life, paikot-ikot tayo rito. So the real freedom is getting out of this cycle of birth and death. Getting out of this cycle ng dictation ng mind. Getting out of this cycle ng dictation ng senses natin, saka yung mga desire and attachment. That is the real freedom. Kaya, still, the greatest revolution is spiritual revolution. So, that's free will. Papag-usapan pa natin yan further. At least we are knowing kung ano yung meron sa isang soul. Yan. Amazing. Just want to share chanting as... Ayan. Teacher, good morning. Hindi ka na-attach. Hindi ka na-attach sa kahit ano. Yeah, attach pa rin ako sa sa pizza. Pero lately, hindi na pizza. Kahit nasa India ako, nagharap ako ng pizza doon. Pero hindi sila masarap mag-pizza kasi yung pizza nila may masala. Tapos yung cheese nila hindi ganun kasarap. Pero namimiss ko mag-India ngayon dahil pandemic lang. Ready na yung passport sa visa ko. Para sa mga authentic vegetarian Indian food. Si Riza, wala si Riza rito. Yung isang Riza. Yan. Dadalan ko po kayo ng pizza. Okay, sure. Chat mo ako kung ano yung pwedeng pizza. O gagawin mo ba yan, princess? So, yes. This type of attachment, we have to choose. Hindi mo mawala yung like lust and desire. Hindi mo mawala yan. Pero you have to direct saan pupunta. Diba? If that would make you much more attached and in prison in this material life, kung attached ka sa bisyo, edi what can you expect? Paikot-ikot ka doon. If you're attached, lalo na sa spiritualized food, no karma na food, karma-free na food, and you're using that to maintain your life. Diba? Maintain the soul and body together kasi this is your vehicle in performing spiritual activities. Dahil sa attachment sa pizza. Diba? Yan. Hindi po ako magaling magluto. Yeah. We will learn how to cook. May tayo. Every Monday, we have a cooking class. Every evening. We're learning much more how to use spices, how to have mode of goodness food. Yung food will affect our consciousness din kasi. Yan. Weakness mo rin pizza. May isa lang ako natikman na pizza sa India. Sobrang sarap. Pero Italian kasi yung may-ari nun. May mga artichoke. Tapos, basta, masarap. Ayoko na isipin pa. Pero yeah, attachment. Paneer butter masala saka butter naan. So, yan. Very simple lang ako. Ayun yung mga attachment ko. So, you cannot stop your attachment. You just have to direct. Attachment ko na rin kayo kasama every morning. Yes, I will post yung mga schedules sa GC natin para you can attend. Mamimit yung first to third batch. Saka yung mga, we call them kitchen coach. They're teaching us how to cook mga plant-based food na masasarap, hindi yung salad lang. Alam mo bakit takot yung Pilipino sa mga vegetarian? Especially dati, ngayon kasi uso na eh. Kasi yung mga nanay natin, chop suey lang yung alam lutuin na gulay. Tapos di rin naman nila kinakain. Hindi ka tatayo dyan sa lamesa kapag di mo natapos yung pagkain mo. Pero sila, hindi naman nila kinakain din yun. Anyway, may mga masasarap magluto like provinces. Pero of course, they want to always put giniling and all. Actually, masarap magluto ng gulay yung Philippines and hindi masarap yung mga gulay natin dito. Mas maraming organic. Alam mo yung walang certification na organic pero mostly you would find in the wild. Dito pag umikot ka sa villa dito, ang dami mo na maluluto. So yes, those are cooking. Those are actually holistic. The practice of Krishna consciousness is not just yoga asana. We have the food yoga. We're learning how to engage these senses in spirituality para hindi siya maliligaw. Diba? Satisfied yung taste natin. In the food, also, one must fulfill yung mga taste buds niya. The bitter, the sour, the pungent, the salty, the sweetness. If one is doing that, try mo yun. Hindi ka na mag-crave na kung ano no in between. If you want to really mag-diet, kailangan masatisfy mo yung taste na yun. Merong masarap na way, talagang puro pagkain, na way how to cook, honor, and serve yung food. Yung mga prasadam, spiritualized food. They start with the bitter ones. Karela, the bitter melon. Masarap yung karela. Fried bitter melon. Para siyang chips. Tapos, unti-unti, you go to the bitter sour, bitter pungent, tapos salty. Pagdating mo dun sa sweet, sobrang tamis niya. Dinaanan mo yung lahat ng taste buds. Pag nauna yung sweet, sira na lahat. So, papunta doon. So, pag natikman mo yung mga yon, satisfied yung taste buds mo kahit di madami. So, may art in cooking and may art in eating. May yoga din yan. Bakit nagkakamay yung mga yogi tapos nakaupo sila sa sahig? Diba? Sabi nila, advanced na yung mga tao ngayon. Hindi nyo ba alam? Tapos, tinitingnan ko, paano naging advanced? Kumakain na sila sa styrofoam tapos yung pagkain nila, plastic spoon na ngayon. It's not advancing. Previously, kumakain sila sa silver spoon or kaya golden spoon pa. Ngayon, parang plastic. Ayan. O kaya nasa foil lang yung pagkain. Yung mga burritos. Sige, tingnan natin. There's an Indian food resto here in Bataan. They said mas marami silang alam na plant-based cuisine. Pero they tried marketing ito Pinoy pero hindi meat daw talaga. Hinahanap. Kasi Pinoy have very poor in taste nila, in food. Lahat ng spices dito ginagamit bawang sibuyas. Isa lang yung lasa. There's a lot of spices. We have the fenugreek, the mustard seed. Ay, nag-agree yung toko. The cumin, the coriander, ang daming magagamit. Ang daming taste to. Tayo kasi, bawang sibuyas lang alam natin. Hiling ng Pinoy matamis saka maalat lang. Lahat may toyo, lahat, di ba? Lahat may ketchup. Lahat. Pero if you go outside the box, parang, kaya yung, us monks, we're not taking bawang sibuyas. We're plant-based. We're also not taking onion and garlic because it agitates the mind and the senses and it increases the desire for sexual intercourse. So it agitates everything, the consciousness. But if you want remove the onion and garlic using the other spices, ang dami mo di-discover. Actually, if one removes the meat, the chicken, pork, and beef, lahat, o kaya fish, umiikot doon yung mga pagkain. Pag tinanggal mo yun, mag-explore ka, ang dami palang pwedeng lutuin. Ang daming gulay pala. Ang daming gulay. So, yeah. And it's a meat. Hindi totoo yun na pag wala kang meat, wala kang protein. Me personally, I've been in plant-based since 13, 14 years old. Almost 20 years. 33 na ako, mga 20 years na. Never mo nakulangan sa protein. You can watch The Game Changer in Netflix. Ang daming athletes. Or just like, check out mo yung yung kalabaw, yung ox, yung gorilla. Ang gorilla ba vegetarian? Basta may part ng mga unggoy na vegetarian. Diba? Kinakain nila na magulay. Yung kalabaw nga, damo lang. Diba? Herbivore sila eh. So like, to yun. Celebratory drink po. Meron kayong celebratory drink. I love ginger ale. Mga non-alcoholic. Ano ba yung meron? Hindi ako mahilig sa soft drinks. I have ginger ale, ginger beer. Basta hindi siya mataas yung, hindi siya fermented ng todo-todo. Kefir saka kombucha. Kasi kailangan ko kalagaan yung gut. May name ng resto si Adam. Yeah. Nor. Baka may MSG lahat ng luto dun sa anong sa Nor na restaurant. Yan. So yes, maraming type of cooking, maraming restaurant. Sadly sa Philippines, not a lot. Pero they're coping up. When I started being in a plant-based, isa, dalawa lang yung vegetarian restaurant noon. And it's weird. Ngayon, ang dami ng artista, ang dami ng order. Pwede ka magpa-food panda, magpa-lala move naman. Pwede ka order almost everywhere. No reason. If you want mas matipid, you can cook your own meals. You can buy your spices even online. So, kailangan mo nila ng art in cooking. It's a big art. And we will learn that as well. It's part of yoga. Diba? And that is also one. If you're a yoga teacher, you're not requested to be in this diet. No. Hindi ka nire-request mo pala sa diet na to. But, it's a must. You be in this diet. Lalo na kung yoga teacher careers. Diba? Hindi ka sinasuggest lang, I suggest you become that kasi yoga teacher. No. It's a must. Kailangan nandito ka talaga sa diet na to. And believe you me, when one is in this kind of diet, i-discuss din natin yan. A relationship with others and animals. One in this diet, magbabago consciousness mo. Hindi nakikita ng mga tao the depression and anxiety is coming from this diet. And at the same time, yung other level ng sobriety will be coming from this diet as well. And our understanding will just try it out. Be on plant-based even on our courses hanggang matapos ng course ito. Tell me kung anong differences. Kakaiba, sobrang kakaiba yan. If mahirapan kayo kung paano magluto, chat nyo ako. Isali ko kayo dun sa group chat ng Prasadam course. Yan, si Carla. Hindi mo ba nakasali? Pero umattend ka ng class, no? Okay, sige, kasali ka. Nadalan ko si Emma saka si Carla natikman nila yung plant-based barbecue, no? Sarap. The next time. Before we have a restaurant, until now, we have a restaurant sa UP Los Baños, sa loob mismo. Braj Cuisine. Pero pandemic ngayon, walang estudyante. So, close na siya. Nag-anniversary na silang close. Pero once it open again, dire-diretso na ulit. Ano yung FB, GC tayo ng cooking plant-based? Yes, message nyo lang ako. So, thank you very much. I'm always honored and humbled. Parang podcast na to, every question and answer. Ipon kayo ng questions and para sa next sessions natin, may baon na kayo. And pwede nating, if hindi ko sagutin yung question nyo doon sa group chat, sasagutin ko sa natin. Kasi it will be people will be benefited by questions. Just like Arjuna is asking a lot of questions kay Krishna. Hanggang ngayon, nag-benefit tayo. All is relevant. Nabanggit natin yung book ni Josh last time. Those are the practice ng mga matted hair, yung mga yogi. May part ng mga yogi na ito yung path nila. Di ba sa atin may ganitong tilak. Those part ng mga guru in disciple relationships sila under ng line ni Lord Shiva are practicing detachment sa hair by having matted hair. Doon ang galing yung Rastafari na culture sa mga yogi pa rin. And vegetarian sila. One cannot really, even alam ko si Bob Marley, one cannot be Rastafari tapos they're eating meat. It's cannot be. Kumbaga, siya, syntax error. Ito. Di ba? It's normal for the part ng yogi, lalo na yung mga iba nagababas and all. And they're very, they do a lot of penances and sacrifice. Of course, the modern age, we have the Rastafari, pero it was rooted sa Vedic culture. So, that's what they use. Mga mystic yogi sila, may power daw sila pag may buhok nila. But us, we do shave our heads. We don't want mystic powers. We want love. Love for everyone and love for um the supreme Krishna. And that is actually the greatest mystic power, the greatest power. To end, sweet note, when Srila Prabhupada was being interviewed, Srila Prabhupada, the translator of Bhagavad Gita, also one prominent guru sa line, disciplic succession natin, guru and student relationship coming from Krishna. He was interviewed kasi maraming pumunta sa US na mga yogi-yogi showing some other mystic powers, levitation, producing some dust, gold, ganyan. And a real knowledgeable yogi is not amazed by this. People are amazed kasi hindi na mag-gets frog in the well mentality. Paano mo nagawa yun? Diba? Pero the reporters are talking to him, interviewing him. Swamiji, Prabhupada, could you show us some mystic powers? Then Prabhupada was smiling. This, of course, a challenging question, pero sabi niya, look at these devotees, those who practice Krishna consciousness. They have disciples around them. They are before hippies, taking all kinds of drugs, living their rich lives, becoming hippies. Pero now they're happies, living all these vices as well, and practicing this spirituality, this bhakti yoga. The real magic, the real mystic powers is changing one's heart. And sharing that change sa ibang tao. Lalo na pag na-change din yung heart nila. That's the real magic. Dust of gold, ang daming pwedeng gumawa. No? Bili ka na lang. Levitate, di ba? Kaya mo nga sumakay ng aeroplano eh. Or mental telepathy, meron naman data, pwede naman mag-chat eh. Parang what's the use? Amazing lang siya kasi hindi natin kaya gawin in normal frog in the well. Pero what's the use? Or ego lang yun kasi wow, ang galing mo. Pero the real magic is change of heart. Spiritually, change of heart. So that is the sweet note for today. Please finish your rounds if you're chanting 2 rounds. Please do the assignment. I will post it sa ating group chat. And see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock with Giridhari Swami Guru Maharaj class. And if you want to join also my class, 11 o'clock. And also the podcast, 7 o'clock ng gabi. If masipag ka, you can join the chanting 5:30 in the morning. If masipag ka pa rin, meron din 7 o'clock in the morning. Parang may 5 class yata bukas. So yes, maraming salamat, my dear ones. John, si Emma, si Adam, si Veronica, si Carla, McCoy, JM, Oliver, Josh, Princess, si Pep, si Nell, si Gail, si Kelly, si Muk, hi Muk, Naimi, Hare Krishna. What will be the chapter for Sunday? Sa Monday, we will be in chapter 5 and 6. Sunday will be one from Srimad Bhagavatam. And yung discussion ko ng Bhagavad Gita will be 1 verse. Hindi pa ako nakapag-decide ko anong verse yun. So thank you very much. Chan-chan tayo and chat-chat. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Bye-bye. High five.